Hey everyone, in today's video I'm going to review this external USB-C touch screen monitor that was sent to me from this company called WIMAXIT. Right now this is actually connected to my Android tablet. Now in this video I'm going to talk about the functionality and the usefulness of such a monitor. This is the packaging box. There is not much packaging design to speak of because this is a rather inexpensive external monitor, relatively speaking. So this is the monitor. Let me show you the cables that are included first. We have a USB-C to C cable, and this is a USB-C to USB Type 3. The third and last cable is the mini HDMI to full-size HDMI cable. The other things included are a USB Type 3 wall charger, microfiber cleaning cloth, and this sheet of instructions written all in Chinese. So this is the 15.6-inch portable external monitor that is housed inside this magnetic flip case, and as you can see, this monitor is very reflective. So we have thin bezels at the top and the sides, a thick one at the bottom, and also the brand here. You can actually remove this flip case, and it has some soft backing here. This is also magnetic so that you can actually snap the monitor, attach the monitor to it. And when you have the case and the monitor like this, it's actually very slim. It's almost as slim as a typical 15-inch laptop. So let's take a look at the sides here. These are the control buttons. So this button here allows you to choose the input source. It can be either USB-C or HDMI. This is the menu to control the brightness, contrast, and other display settings. These two buttons here are to increase and decrease the settings. And this is the power button. This is the micro USB port. This is the 3.5mm audio jack. This USB-C port is for power. This is for power and data connection. This is the mini HDMI 1 and 2. Now this company actually sells different types of external monitors. The one that I have features this ports. There are other monitors that feature other types of ports. This is the back of the monitor, and this is the magnetic flap that you can just remove. Now there are actually speakers on the monitor. These two slits here, these two tiny holes here, they are for the speakers. The sound quality is not good. First of all, the holes here, they are small, and when you put the screen in the front like this, the speakers are actually pointing to the back, so the audio quality is not good at all. You can have the monitor stand up by using the flip case. So there are magnets that snap together here, and you just push this part here apart, and the monitor can stand like this. I guess you can tilt it up further. So I'm going to connect my Android tablet here, which is the Samsung Galaxy Tab S4, to the external monitor and see if it works. So it powers up automatically, and we see that now this is in mirror mode. So Samsung Galaxy Tab S4 has this feature called the Samsung DeX, which allows you to turn the Android home screen into a desktop-like screen. So I'm going to activate that. Samsung DeX here, and that's pretty fast, so click OK. So the typical use of an external monitor really is to allow you to see more, because now you have an additional screen. So for example, if I am drawing here, I can be using one app here, I can be using another app here, which is quite convenient. So I'm going to call up Google Chrome just to display some reference photos, and notice the touch feature, it's working pretty nicely. I can zoom in and out as well, not right now, but let me just click on the photo so that I can zoom in and out. So it actually works pretty well. Now this screen, you can sort of draw on it using a stylus, not with this particular stylus, with those rubber tip styluses, but this is not a screen for drawing because If you press down a bit harder, you can actually see the screen. There's this impression the color would change slightly. So this is not those hard plastic, hard glass type of screen. So having an external monitor like this can be really convenient. Okay, alright, when I tap on the address bar, notice how the keyboard actually comes out on this side. So sometimes you have to switch from one screen to the other. It will take some time to get used to it. And also sometimes when I'm drawing here, I may actually use this stylus to draw here instead. And yeah, so it doesn't really work. This works with finger, but not with this particular Samsung S Pen. So let me click here. This is my YouTube channel. Oh, it actually opens up in a new window. Let me open up this in a new tab instead. So this is still Android, so even with the resolution, this is 1920 by 1080p resolution. Even though it's in this sort of desktop resolution, it's still displaying the mobile site. So let me just click here and click desktop site so that I can display this as a desktop. So this is my YouTube channel, and this resolution, the 1080p resolution on this 15.6-inch screen, this is still quite sharp, although I can definitely see some pixelation. But this resolution is definitely more than adequate enough for work purposes. And the colors, they look pretty good, just that the viewing angles, it's affected by number one, the reflection, and also the screen itself. I'm not sure what screen this is. I'm not sure if it's an IPS or TFT panel, but the colors, they actually look good, just that on the side, the reflection really affects the colors. But on the front, straight front, it looks pretty good. Watching video on this screen is actually quite enjoyable. The screen is bright enough and the contrast is good. Now when I increase the volume, I can actually hear the audio coming from my tablet instead of from the back of this screen. If you're going to be using HDMI, then the audio will be coming from this. I'm not sure if you can choose where the audio is going to output on Android. Now the screen refresh rate is 60 Hz. I'm not a gamer, so I cannot say how good this is when it comes to gaming, but I've seen some reviews online, some videos online. There are people who actually play Android games like this with the on-screen buttons. So I don't know, maybe you can do that. So when you have an external screen like this, you can watch a video, you can watch a tutorial while you work, while you draw. There are many uses for an external monitor. I like the fact that you can actually power this monitor by using one single USB-C cable. But of course, if you do so, it's going to drain the battery on your tablet much faster. So that's where you may want to use the USB wall charger to provide an alternate source of power, and you definitely need to do this when you are using the HDMI ports. One downside I have to mention is when you're using this monitor with Android, or maybe it's just a very specific problem with this Samsung Galaxy Tab S4, when I first connect this to the monitor, it would power up, it would connect automatically. But when I disconnect the cable and connect it again, it doesn't work. So to get it working again, I have to restart my Android tablet. And the other thing is, it doesn't work with all Android tablets. It only works with those Android tablets that can support video output. For example, with my Android phone here, if I connect this to my Android phone, nothing will happen. So that was Android, and now let's connect this external monitor to my Surface Pro 6. This is running Windows 10. I have a mini display port here, so I need to use this HDMI adapter to mini display port. And this is the cable that's provided by this company. So this is the mini HDMI. So this doesn't have power to power up. I need to connect the USB port as well. This is the USB port, so let me connect this. And this is the USB-C. I'm going to connect this to this port here. Right, this might not have enough power. So it is a case of not having enough power. I had to connect another USB-C port to the power outlet. So now it's connected to my Windows device. This is in extended desktop mode. I have my icons here, and this is the extra screen. Now the colors are definitely more vibrant on the Surface Pro 6. The reds here, they are a bit more muted, but for the price of this monitor, I think this color reproduction is still quite decent. So this is the very typical dual screen mode. You can drag the window from one screen to the other. It's very convenient, so you can work on two windows at the same time and see both of them, which is great. And the ability to have the cursor go from one screen to the other, it's very convenient. It's not like on Android where you have the keyboard on this screen all the time. Now I have this keyboard that can control both screens, and the mouse can control both screens as well. Let's take a look at the touch functions and see if they work. They do work, and the zooming in and out feature, it's quite responsive. In fact, it's very responsive. So I don't have any issues with Windows. Now, if you are using a Windows desktop or laptop or any Windows device that has a USB-C cable, then you may not need to have these three cables connected here. You can just connect one single USB-C cable to this and power up the screen and have the data connection as well. So one single USB-C cable actually combines the functionality of these three cables. Right now I have connected the external screen with the external monitor with Mac OS, so I can move the window from here to this screen. This is great for productivity. If you're using this external monitor with a laptop, it is really a good combination because this is about the same size as this 15.6-inch laptop. So this monitor, this is about the same size as a 15-inch laptop, and it's about as thick as the laptop as well, maybe even thinner compared to the laptop. So this is incredibly portable. So if you want to use an external monitor outdoors or if you're on the go, this is a pretty good option to consider. The thing to note is if you are not using USB-C, so right now I'm just using HDMI, it doesn't provide power to this. This is actually powered by my wall charger. So if you're not using USB-C, you will have to find some sort of alternative power to power this up. But if you're using a laptop with USB-C, then you just need that single USB-C cable, which is very convenient. If you have a power bank, you may be able to power up the monitor. This is actually my phone, so I cannot test it for you. Unfortunately, touch is not supported on Mac OS. So even though this is a touch-capable screen, there is not going to be any finger gesture support. The last use case I have for this monitor is to connect it to my camera to provide a much larger screen that I can view. So this is now a 15.6-inch screen versus the 2.5 or 3-inch screen that I have on my camera. So this allows me to check focus very easily. Sometimes when the screen is too small, it's a bit difficult to see whether or not I have the subject in focus. So this really helps, and this will also help a lot during live streaming session where I can actually see myself. So that's all I have to say about this external monitor. This is very compact, very portable. I see many users for this, so this can be quite useful. So if you're interested to get this, you can check out the Amazon link in the video description below, as well as check out more reviews over there. Thanks for watching. I hope this video is helpful. See you in the next video. Bye.